Hi everyone, welcome to Module 2. The site will look a little different when you are watching this and see things. But I wanted to do two things. I wanted to introduce the new module, and I also wanted to go over a few things I did last week, um, to deconstruct a couple of the things you experienced, share with you perhaps a few errors I might have made, and also give you a sense of what online teaching looks like from the instructor's side. So this is what you came to, the globe, and originally it said welcome to the course. So you saw a slight change um, in the main layout of the week. But let me walk you through a few of the things I set up and that I did. I gave you the syllabus by email, and I also posted one here so you could continually refer to it. Now, when you are watching this, the syllabus will actually look different, and I'll probably have version 1 so you see the difference. I created a video so that you could see who the instructor was and what I look like, even if it was a sort of weird pink room, weird sunlight kind of background. And I gave a bit of a tutorial for how to use this space. Now, granted, that was a pretty basic tutorial, but it was a start nonetheless. You had a question for him, and I didn't see any questions in the first week, but I'm sure I'll see some in the coming up. And finally, a student lounge, so that you could connect with other people. In previous courses where there's been much larger course numbers, people have used it for everything from get-togethers to, hey, can you figure out what this teacher is asking in this assignment sort of thing. So it's a real mix of things that I've provided for students in this course. Finally, in the opening section was the poll, which you took, and really which your answers shape what we do and how we come at things. My time in week 1 has been behind the scenes as well as interacting in the Your Objectives poll. I gave you a model of what wikis might look like here. I neglected, I believe, to give you a tutorial on wikis, and that's unfortunate. It was actually made and ready to go. It was just not in this module. So, one of those mistakes. No one asked a question, so I'm assuming people relatively cleanly handled it. Another thing I did was I gave you a variety of things to do. You had to respond in a forum, which I wanted that interchange to take place and was delighted to see it happening. You had to create something long-lasting collaboratively. Maybe you didn't even know you were doing it collaboratively, but that took place in the wiki. And finally, I wanted to give you a space to do your own writing, your own kind of building things, and that was through the blogs. Luckily, the blogs let us comment as well, so some of you could see comments from me or other people, and those are still coming in as I'm working on this right now. Another thing I did, which you'll see reflected in the syllabus, is Topic 2, Module 2, which is opening now, is really, until a few hours ago, had been Module 6. But feedback, the last time I did this course, people were seeing this material in Module 6 and were saying, wow, this is like way too late. You should have given us this right away before we did anything. So I moved it up to Module 2, and hopefully this will make a lot more sense. So let's get into it a little bit. Module 2 is about universal design for learning, and it is an approach to curriculum building that requires that you, or not so much requires, but encourages you to do several things. That is to view learners through the lens of they are individual different people. And if what we do in a course, whether face-to-face, online, is, one way of delivering content and one assessment, one feedback, then a number of learners are missing things. I know right now I'm losing some people by just my voice, so I'm trying to use my cursor to point out what some of the things are that we're doing. Anyway, in this module, what I ask you to do is to spend some time looking at the theory of universal design, talk a little bit in this forum, UDL, and your work, about how you will try to use some of these principles in your work you'll be doing. And again, I'll bring you back to the blogs, and we'll ask you to do some thinking about what you will be doing in your online coursework, the work you're building for your students, and start kind of making a blueprint for how that's going to look. In week 3, we will actually be in production mode, which I was anticipating this week until I realized that this feedback was pretty valuable and pretty strong. So I think this will work out well for you. You will be getting, you're very close to starting to build components for your students. So take the time to brainstorm, take the time to gather curriculum material, whether it's starting to browse the web, whether it's going through those boxes of teacher stuff you brought home for the summer, or whether it's going through an existing course, as in Cynthia's case, and starting to figure out which components are going to work online and how you're going to start addressing that. So I will stop this recording right now, and we'll catch you in Module 2.